Welcome to Dinar Info News, your trusted source for the most up-to-date, insightful, and breaking developments surrounding the Iraqi Dinar, the Vietnamese Dong, and global currency reset developments. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because what we are about to dive into today is incredibly important. The moment we've all been waiting for might just be upon us. The redemption of the IQD and VND has officially begun. And yes, you heard that. Right, contract rates are being confirmed. Let's break down what this means, what's happening behind the scenes, and how this changes everything for those of us who have been patiently holding on to these currencies, waiting for the revaluation that has been discussed for years. This is a monumental shift, and the information now coming out is not rumor or speculation. We are receiving confirmed details from trusted sources that suggest the actual exchange and redemption processes are now underway. So let's begin with what's being confirmed. Over the past 48 hours, there has been a rapid acceleration in activity regarding the global currency reset, particularly focused on the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. Our contacts on the ground in Iraq, connected with financial institutions and central banking authorities, have indicated that banks have begun receiving instructions for Tier 4B redeemers. And yes, that includes private holders of the IQD and VND. Multiple banking sources, including those connected with international trade platforms and treasury-level insiders, are stating unequivocally that contract rates are live. This is not a drill. We are now hearing from multiple verified sources that structured payout appointments are being arranged, redemption centers are operating on standby, and individuals are beginning to receive notifications. Now, this ties into what we've been tracking for months. There have been countless delays, endless speculation, and political interference that has slowed the process down. But something is different this time. For one, there is a new level of coordination between major global financial systems. Central banks from various countries, particularly in the Middle East and Asia, have completed their digital integrations. Blockchain-based asset tracking is now live, meaning every IQD and VND note is being verified through asset-backed systems to confirm authenticity and ownership. This is massive because it eliminates fraud and allows for secure, contract-based redemptions. We're talking about a full-scale transition from fiat to asset-backed currencies, and the IQD and VND are leading the way. One of the key breakthroughs that has allowed this process to initiate is the reactivation of the Iraqi Central Bank's international digital compliance. Iraq has, for the first time in decades, aligned its banking standards with Basel IV regulations. That's a huge sign of stability. Combine that with the fact that Iraq has now restructured and paid off massive portions of its war debts and international loans, and it's clear the nation is preparing to enter a new era of financial sovereignty. The announcement last week by the Iraqi Finance Ministry confirmed that they are operating on a newly structured budget that accounts for oil revenues being calculated at the new expected rate. That rate, while not officially publicized yet, is being referenced internally as part of a three-tiered structure: market rate, international rate, and contract rate. Based on confirmations we've received, the contract rate for the Iraqi dinar is between $3.91 and $4.81, depending on circumstances and the size of holdings. Now let's pivot briefly to the Vietnamese Dong, because this currency has been quietly preparing for its moment as well. The VND has historically been undervalued due to trade restrictions, manipulation, and political interference. However, Vietnam has recently entered new trade alliances, established key partnerships with the BRICS coalition, and most importantly, finalized gold asset audit compliance. What this means is that Vietnam has proven they have the reserves and economic backing to justify a massive leap in currency value. Verified sources are pointing to a contract rate for the VND ranging from 47 cents to $1.08, depending on the source of the notes and your redemption group. The range in value accounts for contract structures with sovereign trusts, humanitarian project alignment, and bulk redemption programs. So what does this all mean for you? If you've been holding IQD or VND, the time to prepare is now. We are urging our listeners to organize their paperwork, ensure they have clear documentation of currency purchases, and align with trusted redemption contacts. Do not, and I repeat, do not fall for last-minute scams or people offering unrealistic promises outside of established channels. This is a delicate process, and we must respect the protocols in place. Redemption appointments will be prioritized based on KYC, your customer documentation, project viability, if participating in humanitarian efforts, and background verification. From what we're hearing, Tier 4B redemptions are now moving from scheduling to activation. This includes notifications going out via secured email channels, encrypted portals for login, and private NDA briefings. Yes, NDAs are part of this process because of the contractual nature of these redemptions. If you are fortunate enough to receive an appointment notice, understand that the rate offered may differ based on your declared intentions. For those participating in humanitarian projects, higher contract rates are likely available. However, these rates will come with structured payouts and monitoring to ensure compliance with international humanitarian standards. This is the culmination of years of planning, coordination, and financial recalibration. Iraq has positioned itself as a regional powerhouse once again. With oil contracts booming, gold reserves increasing, and foreign investments returning, the dinar is no longer a speculative asset, it's a rising global currency. Likewise, Vietnam's rapid emergence as a manufacturing and export leader, combined with its compliance with international trade standards, makes the dong a currency with newfound legitimacy. But this process is not about flipping a switch and becoming wealthy overnight. It's about economic restoration, wealth redistribution, and creating new pathways for prosperity through asset-backed financial systems. The implications are huge. If you've been listening to Dinar Info News, you know we've been preparing our audience for this moment with detailed briefings, real-time alerts, and exclusive updates. And today, we can confirm the RV is no longer a theory, it's in motion. Redemption has started. Contract rates are confirmed, and we are entering the next phase of financial history. We're encouraging our viewers to stay grounded, stay informed, and most importantly, stay secure. The coming days and weeks will likely bring confusion, misinformation, and emotional highs and lows. Do not act out of desperation. Follow your plans, keep communication open with trusted advisors, and move only when you've received verified instructions. This is not the time to broadcast your intentions on social media, or to share screenshots of potential emails. Operational security is key right now. Redemption centers are under heavy monitoring, and the banking systems are operating with precision timing. For those still wondering when the public announcement will be made based on insider information, we are likely to see a staggered rollout. This means Tier 4B moves first, quietly and securely. After that, the international community may see public disclosures via mainstream channels, but only once redemption logistics are under control. It's designed this way to avoid mass panic, currency manipulation, or overwhelming of the banking systems. Let's also not forget the humanitarian mission tied to this process. The entire point of this global reset is not just to reward holders of devalued currency, but to empower individuals and groups to rebuild, restore, and uplift communities worldwide. That's why contract rates are tied to project declarations, and that's why certain rates are structured. This isn't just about receiving a big check and walking away, it's about stepping into responsibility, vision, and transformation. If you've prepared projects, now is the time to refine them. Keep your summaries concise, outline your impact clearly, and be ready to present your intentions in a professional manner if asked during your appointment. On Dinar Info News, we will continue to provide updates as more confirmations arrive. As of now, the flow of information is steady but controlled. The goal is to ensure a smooth redemption for all parties involved, and that includes you, our loyal listeners. We are aware that certain banks in the US, Canada, and Europe have already begun internal training for redemption staff. Private bank officers have confirmed the arrival of Tier 4B scheduling instructions, and we know that select call centers have been activated. These are the final puzzle pieces, and they are now locking into place. So what can you expect next? If you're registered with an exchange group or are part of a redemption contact circle, keep a close eye on your communications. Make sure your email filters are clear. Use secured logins. Be cautious of last-minute phishing attempts. Do not trust any source asking you to wire money or send currencies in advance. Real redemptions will happen in person, in secured facilities, with proper documentation. If you're offered a contract rate, ensure that the terms are clear and that you understand the structured payout timelines. Ask questions, take notes. Be professional. You may only have one opportunity to do this, right? So approach it with seriousness and gratitude. To our global audience, please